What is up, you sexy beasts? I'm back from Melbourne, back home, and got the sign up. Finally, it's been a long time coming. I just knew there was going to be a slow, tedious job sticking that all up, so it took a while, but it's up there. I think it looks good. So thank you so much, James Newbury. We are now an official Soul 365 home gym. So I'm back on the old intermittent fasting for a bit. We had a 1-week family holiday that first week of the open, and my nutrition was just atrocious, to say the least. And I feel like ever since that week, I just haven't been able to recover. I've just been making bad decisions. This weekend in Melbourne was pretty rough on the old nutrition front. So I thought, you know what, get some discipline back, get a plan back. So I'm doing the intermittent fasting, which is I stop eating at 6 p.m. at night, and then I eat again at 10 a.m. the next morning. So I think that's 16 hours of fasting. So I'm gonna do that for a few weeks. Just hit the old reset button on nutrition again. I saw some really good results last time I did this. I did it for about 2 months straight, and not necessarily because of the intermittent fasting, although I'm sure that helps a lot. But when I follow a protocol like this, I feel like I'm a lot more aware of what I eat during the 8 hours that I am allowed to eat. So I make much better decisions when I'm already sacrificing, I guess, when I eat. I'm just more intentional and more switched on when I've got a bit of a plan like that. So I highly recommend it. If you haven't tried it, just start with like 1 day a week perhaps, and see if you can go without eating for 16 hours and then only give yourself an 8-hour gap to eat. It's fairly easy and achievable. I must say those last 2 hours for me before I can eat, they do get hard because I just love food so much. But yeah, that's what we're doing, a bit of intermittent fasting. And today on the proven menu, we have got 4 rounds of a 400-meter run, 21 kettlebell swings, 12 strict handstand push-ups. Now it's pretty hard for me to run from back here, so I'm trying to decide whether I row or do double unders. I think I'm going to do 100 w's instead. Doesn't quite equate to a 400-meter run, but 100 double unders. It's meant to be 21 swings at 24 kgs. I've only got the big boy 32, so I think I might do 15 swings. 100 w's, 15 swings, and then 12 strict handstand push-ups. That's definitely out of my reach at the moment, so I'm going to do as many strict as I can and then finish the remainder with kipping. We're also warming up these days, so let's do that first. Oh man, that heavy kettlebell just eats away your soul away. That was the hardest part, was the 15 swings. Managed to hold 3 strict handstand push-ups, followed by kipping for the rest. Pretty happy with that. Okay, to finish today, we have some full snatches, but the buy-in is 10 burpees over the bar. So you do 10 burpees over the bar, 1 snatch, and then you rest 1 minute. Repeat that for 10 rounds, so that's 100 burpees, 10 full snatches. You're supposed to start at 60% of your 1 rep max and then build to a heavy single for the day. I'm only going to do 5 rounds, so it'll be 50 burpees, 5 snatches. This is the kind of workout where the Nike Savaleos come in really handy because they're good for snatches, but they're nice and light, still flexible for the burpees. I used to hate doing burpees on my heavy Romalayos, so these are coming in super handy. What is up, you sexy beast? I hope you're doing fantastically well. We have Mr. Jason Kalipa having a chat to Mr. Noah Olsen there. Just 2 really good men. And we're going to talk about good men later on in this video. But first of all, it looks like the CrossFit Games is going ahead. I had my doubts whether we'll see a in-person games again this year. Or not in person, but whether we'll see spectators and a full field of athletes in person. I had my doubts, but I saw these videos that Dave Castro posted this week, and to me, it very much looks like they are planning, they're moving forwards with it. So that's exciting. I don't think I'll be going. I don't think many people outside of America will be going. The only way I would go is if CrossFit would pay my quarantine costs and pay me very well for the weekend's work as well. Then maybe I'd consider it. But that's a long time away from family with the week of shooting and also the quarantine, 2 weeks on this side. I'm not sure what the story is on that side. But anyway, I don't think that's going to be a reality this year, which saddens me. It saddens me to the core. But at least we have the Torium Pro in 4.5 weeks, which I can't explain to you quite how excited I am. So anyway, it looks like the game's going ahead. That's exciting. But I wanted to talk today about an article that I saw the Morning Chalk Up post. And I was toying up whether I should talk about the topic or not, because it is a sensitive topic and it's an awkward topic and people just avoid it, and that's probably why it's such a problem. And it's actually a topic that I'm very, very passionate about. As a young man, I got exposed to pornography at a pretty young age and developed this unhealthy relationship with pornography, and I really felt the effects of that addiction when it came to my relationships with women and how I treated women, and even into my marriage. I'm married now for 11 years. I've got a young daughter, she's about to turn 9. And, even bringing that crap into my marriage, I really felt the effects, the negative effects on my marriage. And I've done a bunch of research into this area of pornography and how it affects the brain. I've actually helped a bunch of men through courses that we do at my local church. There's just so much research out there on the negative effect on the brain that pornography has. And so when I read this article from the Morning Chalk Up this morning, I just felt compelled to talk about it and to share the article firstly, but also just give my kind of view on the whole thing. I'll link the article below in the description, but basically the article just sheds a light on female athletes in the CrossFit space specifically that have Instagram accounts and just get bombarded with sexualized DMs and messages, from dick pics to, offers to be wives and get paid thousands of dollars and just all sorts of ridiculous stuff that these girls have to deal with. And I'm sure many females all around the world have to deal with in everyday life. And you see the classic stupid comments of people saying, if they don't want the attention, they shouldn't be posting these type of images. And I just want to say, regardless of what anyone posts, they do not deserve or should never get the responses or the DMs that these ladies have received, regardless of how provocative or how sexy the photos are that they are posting. And look, I understand it's a complex issue and there's two sides to the story. If you are blaming a post or a photo that someone's put up, or you're blaming nature, we're just animals, we can't help ourselves. If you're blaming those things for your disgusting DMs or comments, then quite frankly, I think you're a pussy, for lack of a better word. You've got no control over yourself. To me, it seems like the theme of life is discipline yourself in all areas in order to have a better life. Like show discipline in your nutrition and your fitness so that you can experience and enjoy health. And for me, firsthand, I've witnessed and seen the benefits of disciplining myself in this area of sexual integrity when it comes to my relationship with my wife. The more of my sexual energy I aim towards my wife, the better our relationship is, the better our sex life is. The more I spread that attention around through my eyes, the more I diminish that fire. And so I've experienced the benefits of disciplining myself in this area as much as I have in every other area of life. So I think the best way to be part of the answer here, to contribute to this issue, not to contribute to the issue, but to contribute to the answer, is to look at ourselves and go, how can I be better? Because even though I might not be down the scale of the pervert who's sending dick pics to Danny Spiegel, I can look at myself and go, you know what? I could do better when it comes to the way I talk about women around my mates, or the way I look or stare at women. Now, don't get me wrong. Obviously, we can look at someone in a healthy way and say, that person is attractive. But honestly, I think the very best thing we can do as males, and obviously there's issues on both sides, but right now we're just addressing how males relate to women. The best thing we can do is just self-evaluation. Look at ourselves. Am I contributing to this issue in any small way? I honestly think the real issue is the cultural normalization of objectifying women. It's become so normal. And so the best way to address it is to look at the small things that we can control, like the off comments we make about a female when we're with our mates, or the inappropriate stare. We can address those things in our own lives, and I think that's the least we can do. So I just wanted to bring that up. It's something I'm passionate about, if you can't tell. I've got a wife, a young daughter, and like I said, I've had this kind of issue in my life that I've had to deal with, and it's something that that really jumped out at me and I wanted to bring attention to. So please go ahead and read the article. I'd love to hear comments below on this topic. Maybe there's some females out there. I know majority of my audience are males, but maybe there's some females out there. What do you think about this? Like, do you think women are not educated about the way that men are wired and that they should be more careful about what they post? Or do you think that women should be able to just post whatever they want and we just have to either unfollow those athletes if we feel uncomfortable with how those images make us feel or respond? What do you think? It's a very sensitive topic. It's one that people don't like to discuss, but I think it's time that we actually talk about this more and bring some health around this area. And just in our sport, it'd be great for the female athletes, the female members of gyms and coaches and box owners that are females to feel like the men in this community supports them. The men in this community are safe men. I know I want to be one of those safe men that women can trust to be around. And so I'd honestly love to hear your thoughts on this, on the article, and kind of my opinion on things. Where do you sit? So let's discuss it like adults down in the comments. If you're going to be immature and angry and just not productive, I won't read your comments. So let's do it properly like adults. That is all I have for you today. I hope you're well, stay sexy, keep roaring love, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.